from the Intuition Hub. Thanks so much for stopping by again this week. I really appreciate you spending a little part of your day with me here. So normally on this channel we talk about intuition, how we can connect with it, how we can grow it, and how we can know when it's communicating with us. But I thought this week we'd change tack a little bit and talk about what is the purpose of intuition? Why do we actually have it? We're all born with intuitive abilities, whether we believe it or not. And you'll see many people talk about intuition as a gift, but simply in reality, it's just some of us are better at connecting and recognizing our intuition when it's speaking to you. So I don't really consider it a gift as such. And the reason I don't consider it as a gift, because intuition is actually part of our subconscious mind, and we've all got one of those. The only difference being is that we all drive and utilize that subconscious part of our mind a little bit differently because we're unique. There are many reasons why some of us connect better with our intuition, but it's really common for us to start suppressing those abilities when we start school, because when we start school we're being taught to think using the logical part of our mind, in critical thinking, in analysis, in learning in general. Now, don't get me wrong, developing the logical part of our mind is super important in life. It's an important aspect of our development and survival in this world. However, when we start focusing on the logical part of our mind, the intuitive side and our intuitive abilities start to fade into the background a little. And that's why, as we get older, we can often feel, or we often see, our intuitive abilities diminish a little bit. So the good news is our intuition works a little bit like our muscles. So when we don't use or exercise our muscles, we find they start to fade a little bit and lose strength and atrophy. And that's the same with our intuition. But as we know, muscles can also be rebuilt through focus and exercise and effort. And that same focus, effort and exercise can also help us grow and strengthen our intuition. So we know that we all have intuitive abilities, and we know even if we don't recognize them at the moment, that with focus, effort and exercise, we can actually grow and nurture that side of us. And that's all well and good, but you might be wondering, well, what is the purpose of our intuition? Why do we actually have it? Our intuition's primary role is protection. It's like our own inner security system that tries to let us know when something's just not quite right and guide us in a different or a better direction for us. The problem is, as humans, we tend to want that hard evidence or proof before we'll actually listen to that inner guidance. Because intuition is our natural ability to know something without conscious reasoning, we tend to ignore that warning bell. And I don't know about you, but I have had a fair few I told me so moments in my life. So why does our intuition try and warn us about things? Well, obviously it's to try and keep us safe and to help us avoid any harm. But it's also there to help align us with our highest potential or our purpose. Now, I'm going to get a little esoteric with you here, and I assume all of you at some level believe there's some sort of reason or purpose to your existence here, beyond just living, eating and experiencing this world. There's definitely a lot of talk about finding our purpose in life, and the things that light us up, make a difference in this world, give us that real sense of reason for being. Well, what if I told you our intuition is actually our own inner GPS that helps us to fulfill and find that purpose? And simply by following our intuition, we find the quickest way to that purpose. Now, I'm not saying we won't fulfill or find our purpose if we don't follow our intuition. But what I am saying is that it provides us with the most direct route to getting to that purpose and finding our overall happiness. Just as there's many different ways that you can get to the local supermarket, there's many different ways that we can find our purpose and happiness in life. And our intuition is just one of those options available to you to find that happiness and purpose in life. And that brings me to the next point. Another reason for having our intuition is to simply help us navigate life a little bit more easily. Now, you don't need me to tell you that there's a big old world out there full of opportunity, choices and options, and that can seem overwhelming at times, and we will often find ourselves constantly in our heads trying to analyse all these different options. And even with the best super analytical mind, it can be really still quite hard to make decisions and know what's in our best interest. It's super easy to get caught up in the pros and cons of things, so much so that we can get easily caught up in the cycle of second-guessing ourselves, doubting our decisions, and continually analysing and going back over things. And we end up getting quite stuck and stagnant. And our intuition is something that's available to us to help us get unstuck, to help us move forward in life. It's a way of drawing like a line in the sand and really surrendering and trusting that there's something within us and bigger than us that has our highest good at heart. And when we're able to recognize this and surrender to this, our lives seem to flow differently. They seem to go more easily. And that's the role of our intuition, to help us navigate life with a little bit more grace and ease. I hope that little insight into the purpose of intuition has been helpful for you today. And let me know in the comments below what resonated with you most. I also hope at some level it's ignited a little curiosity in you, maybe a desire to grow and know your intuition a little bit more. If it has, check out the description below because I'll leave a link in there to give you free access to a little ebook of mine, which is 5 super simple ways to grow your intuition. And you're welcome to take a look at that. And of course, if you want to see more videos like these, then subscribe and hit the bell notification so you'll know when I upload a new video each week. Thanks again for joining me and allowing me to be a little part of your day. Until next time, ciao.